This is from Rahway, and you're listening to Music Existence with Jacob. And it's my fucking Chigger. Hello, Chigger.
Yes, I'm Chigger from Rahway, and you're listening to Music Existence. And that's DC down here.
Welcome to another instance of music existence where because of music, we exist. Right now with me, starting off 2026 with Tim Louie and Dave Cardenas of Rahway, the slum words of New Jersey. They just put out a new single called Drowning of their latest album. This one is self-titled, came out back in July, and now the band is gearing up for Scotty Austin's Northeast Invasion Tour coming up on the 21st. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, man. What's up, Jake?
Thank you. How you doing?
Awesome. Now, yeah, talk about getting hooked up with Scotty Austin. I know he was the successor singer of Save and Abel. And how'd you guys get linked up on this tour?
Well, we actually did a small run with him up in like the Michigan area
Yeah.
last or two was that 2 years ago, Dave? I think it was 2 years ago now.
You hear me?
So what was that?
It's like a year.
Yeah.
It's like 11 months, 2 days, 36 hours, and 50 seconds.
So yeah, we we did a short run with Scotty, and we hit it off great with him and his whole entire band. Our music is very similar, so it was a good combination. So when he asked us to do this latest run with him, we jumped at the chance, and we're off and running in like 2 weeks.
Awesome. Now, Dave, you started this band with your brother Steve, and how early on did you guys connect musically? Was it like an instant thing? Did you notice the talent in your brother very early on?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when he was young. Yeah, I'm talking when he was probably like around 13, 12, 13. I just get out and progressed quickly.
That's really
It was like
cool.
it was like in the womb, right, Dave? You guys.
Yes. It was womb. It was four fighting gun.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, AC/DC. It was also about the great songwriters like Johnny Cash, Jim Croce, Ray Charles. I mean, equally raw as you guys came together. How did you kind of mesh those groups of influences together early on?
It's great to mention those are on top here, top voice on blindness. I don't know. I don't have a proper answer. Um, I I take music recycled over and over. So I take bits and memories from everything that I've and try to incorporate it in any way I can. And it even goes like 40 wartime music, big band stuff, and even classical. Get a little bit like I get an earworm and I try to figure it out to a different level and just make my own. But it's like everywhere. Music is everywhere, man. You just get in and run.
It's that spontaneous kind of combination, and it really features into your sound. Just everything comes out in some huge explosion. And as the story goes, um you toyed around with a lot of names. You were originally called Sun, and then Steven Tyler was just like, wait, Sun, where you guys from? You're like, Rahway. Why don't you just be called Rahway?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So
Jake,
like,
you did your research, man.
yeah.
Wow.
So like, what resonates with you about Rahway? Like, what strikes you about it?
I tell you what, there are no coincidences.
Right.
Um, the name Rye pretty much means sunlight. So it's not far off. It was just a cool name.
Mm-hmm. Like the city itself, it went through its own kind of industrialization phases at the same time you were going through your own phases too. So you were coexisting alongside the
The
city.
city.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah. You're not lying. And actually, that now is a big arts. They're art driven. Like they put a lot of money in that town, or I don't even know if it's a city or wrong, but they like it made a very arty city now. Like they have art galleries, music studios, blowing glass, kinds of crazy stuff like that. So like, very arts, very is very party, but in a
Yeah, eventually they started really pushing like a very kind of artistic kind of
correct.
angle,
Mhm.
and then once you guys came up, I guess you kind of you took advantage of that. You became like fully immersed, and you came out with the snitches get stitches. I mean, right off the bat. I mean, that is like totally, like I said, that explosion of sounds, a lot of different sounds. Like off the jump, I get a lot of like Stone Temple Pilots, like early
Yeah,
Soundgarden, like Ultra Mega OK kind of sound. I get a lot of like Grunt Truck, you know, that sort of
yeah,
sound. It all comes out, and like it's very raw compared to what was coming out in the late 2000s.
yeah. I'll agree 100%. Uh, most people always did that. So I'm gonna stick with we were ahead of time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, especially since you guys come out with like your other material since then, it's like it's back to the rawness. It's back to, it's not so focused on very squelchy, very polished production like you saw at the time, when you guys were coming up. So it's a really, so you guys stuck out, and like here you are still kicking ass.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
we like to say that we like to give things to you the raw way
Yeah.
with raw way, and that's it just sticks with the sound of what we're putting out.
Hmm.
not not to knock anyone in this industry. Everybody had a niche, but it does thing do it well. But growing up a fan of live music and going to concerts, you know, just listening to a band play it live, and I'm talking serious and not our band or ours, but like going to see ACD live or going to San Ham live, Allegans, you name it. Like there's a lot of bands that are just so talented. Um, and then going to see bands like in the last, I'm gonna guess 5, 10 years, everything is so oversaturated and processed, and there's a guy inside of the stage with a computer, and he seems to be more important than the band.
Hmm.
You don't even see amplifiers anymore, and what happened to real live music? Like, I mean, you see Jerry play, you're gonna go see a real good live band in your face. There's nothing about it, nothing wrong. Not that what the other bands are doing, are fake. It's just, they put work into it, but just it's all the bass, the drums, and the vocals in your face, real, and it sounds almost identical to the record. Like we're gonna put something on the recording we can't buy. Why would we do that, right? So we have to do it like back here it is.
Yeah, I mean, and I used to kind of be indifferent to the make it sound like the record types of bands, but there really is an art to it. Like
Sure, sure,
when I was looking up performances, the last performance I saw, like, I mean, I was a year old when this performance took place, but it was like it was Material Issue, the band Material Issue, playing in 1992, and like Jim Ellison, like really matches the record, like point for point, just completely soars. And in the same way, you guys do it too. And when I think about how your music is recorded, like you guys are a live band. You guys are a live
Yes.
band that just happens to be in the studio.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Yeah. And so Tim, you came into the band um just around the time of Undefeated. And like I mean, what was your experience with the band? Did you kind of warm up to their first album?
Well, I was delivering their Chinese food, and
Yeah,
they came to practice, and they were just like, you can't.
fittingly enough, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's so weird, so weird. Nah, that's a joke.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
I've
that's
I've I've known the Cardenas brothers for a very long time. I used to write a column in the Aquarian Weekly, which was a North Jersey, New York City, Pennsylvania music newspaper. So I used to write about them all the time, especially when they had their former singer Manny Cabo
right.
from The Voice, and so I befriended them. More so Dave than Steve. I still don't really like Steve that much, but I tolerate him because of Dave. Um, but Dave, I guess we used to their band we used to play together. I used to be in a band called Smokestar, and we used to play together all the time. And I think Dave saw in me what he really wanted in a bass player. Not to take anything away from their former bass player. And he always stayed in touch. We always stayed in touch. He always asked me about the kids, and I never had kids at the time. Now I do, but
Yeah.
he always used to say, give a kiss to the kids," and blah blah blah. And then eventually, when his bass player left and moved to Florida, he said, let's work on something together. So we actually worked on some original material, just me, him, and another drummer, and another singer. And then when their bass player left, he goes, "All right, I need you for Rahway." And I learned all the Rahway songs, went in and jammed with them, and the chemistry was been there since like day one. Um, and in fact, Undefeated. It's funny you mentioned Undefeated because Undefeated was actually one of the first songs that Dave and I wrote together,
Right,
and
right.
we brought it into Rahway, and we just took off from there.
Yeah. So PR was your main kind of bread and butter. And one of
Damn, you
your
did your research.
yeah,
Incredible.
yeah. PR was like your bread and butter. You came from that background. One of your earliest sort of creative exertions, if you will, was like you were thinking of like a killer bee, like kind of mauling its victims. And do you still
How did you
like
know that?
when you were in that field, did you still kind of tap into that creative like imagination? Did you still feel like very in touch with it, or did it sort of fade away and then you had to tap back into it?
Never left. It never left. I actually
That's
the first
amazing.
my first career was in radio. I was in radio in New York City for 13
Okay.
years,
Yeah.
working as a producer for Elvis Duran and the Morning Show, Whoopi
Yeah, yeah,
Goldberg.
Elvis Duran. I heard that. Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So I worked. I've always been in the entertainment business since I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing music since then as well. So it's never left. It's never left. And I worked for a concert promoter for many years. So I've been in the industry for a while, and then the PR stuff pretty much just catapulted everything and helped
Mm-hmm.
me tell the story. Help me help Broadway tell their story.
Well, you said Rahway tell their story. I mean, you essentially became a professional storyteller. So
Yep,
you you were well versed in the marketing aspect, and not only that, but the business aspect. You
yep,
saw the effect that Rahway was having on their listeners, on their crowds, and you're like, this is a really solid, decent band with a solid following. This is my end. This is my way of giving back. I'm gonna
Yeah.
not only prove myself, but to show this band that I'm one of them, and that you know, that we all kind of we're in this together. So, what was your business plan, and how did you see that kind of like take shape?
I think our business plan from the beginning is always just to rebrand Rahway.
Yeah.
And the rebranding meant, how do we show this band in a great light? So at the point where people are going to say, "Oh man, who's this? Who's this band doing all this charity work?" We did a lot of charity work. We played a lot of free shows. We raised a lot of money. We raised money, $10,000 for a high school, so they could buy instruments. We raised money for funerals. I mean, we did a lot of charity work. So now we're always looked at as the charity guys. Now we're looked at as the guys that would do stuff for anybody. And that being said, because of that, our following started to grow more and more because we were the nice guys on the scene now. And
Well,
then our music, it actually spoke for itself. The music
right.
spoke for itself. People, Dave and Steve are writing catchy hooks, catchy guitar riffs, and I was told that, you know what, your songs don't leave my head for like weeks. So because of that, it was an easy story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the guys, the other three guys in Rahway just needed that extra like push. They were there. They had it there. They had the music there. They had the reputation there. It just needed a little extra push to get it
Mm-hmm.
top.
And it wasn't performative. It wasn't like, because you were already totally involved in the city. You already have the accents. You
Yeah.
already have like the know-how. You already have the street smarts. You were aware of what Rahway, you know, as a place was actively going through all these shifts, all
Yep.
these twists and turns. And like I mentioned, simultaneously, all the twists and turns, like Rahway is its own Rahway,
Yeah.
essentially. Like a place in constant development. And it's not like a fickly unstable machine that kind of loses its parts and kind of haphazardly tapes them together. Like, you guys are like, I guess Rahway in itself is like um a band that constantly evolves, much like the town, but then sticks to its core principles.
I
Well
never
said.
thought of it that way. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. But yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah. And then for Drowning, I mean, how did that song ended up how did that song uh end up resonating with you guys, as far as like your recent sort of material?
Well, Dave he came to rehearsal one day with that riff, right, Dave? That opening riff, and we're just like,
Yes.
"Oh, what
Yeah.
is that?" It
Yeah.
was like so heavy and balls in your fit. Not wait, not balls in your face, but
No,
like
no.
balls to the wall.
Come on, you're
What was that?
it's about your
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah, balls in my face. And it was I mean, then I think was it Steve, our drummer Steve wrote the lyrics to it, and it told such an amazing story of like a person like always, how you always look on social media and people are faking their lives. They're like taking pictures of celebrities that aren't really there. They're using
Yeah,
AI,
yeah,
or they're using AI flexes, and they're taking pictures of like in China when they're not really in China. They're in their own bedroom, so they're like faking. That's what
yeah.
the song's
And
about.
it's AI because they have like two extra arms or six extra
Yeah, yeah,
fingers.
and they don't even look alike, right? So I mean, that's what the song's
Everybody's
about.
life is just a on media.
Okay.
Yeah, but then when we shot a video for it in a haunted house in Staten
Right.
Island, and it gave the song a whole new meaning because the house was haunted because there was a mafia hit there allegedly. Well, you know, mafia. I don't know. There's no such thing as the mafia, but you know what I mean.
Right.
And some guy was drowned there in a pond. He was
Yeah.
drowned, and he was cut up into pieces, and body parts were burned in the burner downstairs in the basement. So the place has been haunted. We shot our video there. Very scary. There were some ghostly happenings. And Dave got to play in one of the rooms that are heavily haunted.
Wow.
True, true story.
Yeah, Dave, how did you feel? Were you scared to death? Were you like inspired by
Yeah.
it?
No, I'm scared.
Oh man.
I make sure the door didn't close because the door kept on closing by me.
Oh man.
And I'm like, no, 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 no.
Oh God.
Up here and make this is fit.
Oh man.
If you watch if you watch the video closely, the ghost that literally scared the shirt off of Dave.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's like when it actually happens, like it's good that you end up capturing it, for
Yeah,
not only for posterity, but you can say like, "Oh shit." Like
yeah,
look what we end up doing.
crazy, crazy. People ask us about that video all the time. How was it to be in that room? Because it's been on like Ghost Hunters and stuff like that. I think Jack Osborne stayed there for a couple nights
Oh
and did like
wow.
he did like a ghost hunt there.
When did you learn about that? Like did you go there because of what you heard about it, or did you learn about it after?
Yeah, we knew. I was a little reluctant, but these guys wanted to do it. I was like, I don't do too well in haunted places, and they wanted to do it.
Wow. That's really cool that, ended up everything ended up like um, you know, going your way as far as like not only like, putting out like a close to home thing with the haunted house, but with the
Yeah,
scaring Dave shirt off. I mean, yeah, that's always gonna be legendary.
yeah,
Um, um, and you can say like, no, this wasn't like cartoonish. This wasn't played for laughs. Like this actually happened.
yeah. Very scary moments.
Yeah. And so I mean, you guys like in essence, like I said, are that live band. You capture a lot of live aesthetics. How do you handle production as far as like keeping those elements like intact?
Production for, as far as what videos, all of it.
Yeah, yeah. Like as far as, like do you EQ the instruments like as much, or do you just like leave everything just raw and just let it take shape on its own?
Nah, we just have
Oh, all right. So
there's other people that manipulate things, make I'll be ego it out, but we can just let it happen and figure it out.
oh, that's really cool. Yeah, because I noticed that all the aesthetics are kind of it's a very like in the moment sound. There's not like too much like processing as like you're singing. Like a lot of standards involve like pitch correction or like really like pristine sizzle on guitars or drums or something. But I think there's a charm in just, like Dave was saying, just letting it just all hang just in the moment. I think that's what um these years, this whole decade needs, just going like right back to that raw sound.
Yeah,
Everybody, I mean, wanted to say, and everybody doing, and it comes out mechanical. I mean, even have like the song anymore, man. Put in like awards and put it into a computer, and it's a song for you. And
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Nah.
I don't know. I just can sign, but not.
just do like the most just do like the most minimal kind of setup you can, and then just watch the magic kind of flow. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
mean, you're rolling out like it's just, I mean, you organize chaos in my head, and as well as other guy in the band, they want to stand.
yeah.
But, we're called in rehearsal if we bring anything to a studio or anything like that. So we know what we're looking for. We get it when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
And, we let it rip.
Yeah.
And, obviously, 2 tracks, 3 tracks, or tracks, and we need, different than any Led Zeppelin or Van Halen or any band that matter. Mahler, for that, but that's not A to Z.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna put a horn section into our album because we don't
Right.
want horn section.
Yeah, yeah, oh God.
Make sure horn section.
You could if you
No.
you could if you want. But it really like goes to show that you guys just like you hold your influences close to you, and like you're not ashamed of it. I mean, Tim, it's like one of your idols is Nikki Sixx, from Motley Crue. You actually got to interview him a couple
Couple times,
times.
yeah, yeah.
Were you surprised at what you learned despite what's already out there about him?
I mean, there were a couple things that I learned from him. I mean, everyone knows the legends of Motley Crue, and everyone knows his legend. But they're just speaking to him on and off camera, and or before I was recording anything. It was really cool to actually like sit down and talk to him. He loved my passion for the music, and he was always willing to talk about it. And but the last time I interviewed him was on video on Zoom like this, and we discussed his latest book, and we were talking about like what it took for him to get to where he was, um, working as a blue collar worker from the very beginning, and his grandfather taught him all that, and I never knew that
Right.
before he became like Nikki Sixx, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I did learn some things from him about him that I never knew before.
that's really cool. I mean, I guess like I think I think a lot of sayings out there you learn are very kind of uh truncated and like oftentimes inaccurate. Like a lot of people say don't meet your heroes, but like what aspect is that covering? Like um because of course people are gonna be surprised at how different some of them may be, but like that's all part of the learning experience, even if they're a contrast to what you'd expect. Like at least you can glean something from that.
Yep, yep. I've all the heroes that I've met, and I have a lot of them. I've never been disappointed. So I don't know. I hate that term. Never meet your heroes. I mean, there were a couple like celebrities that I've met where I was just like, oh man, what a douchebag that guy is, or that girl is. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I mean, they could have been having a bad day. Like one time I met Sebastian Bach, and he was total douche. But like the next time I met him, he was a really nice guy. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, Sebastian Bach is like, yeah, like sometimes he can't have this very social kind of voice.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
sometimes he's like down in the dumps, Sebastian Bach,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and mad at the world.
Yeah. And then you get the Sebastian Bach that loves everybody. So it's like,
Hey, everybody!
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but
I only have 2 heroes
okay.
open to years that are completely not cool people. Oh, shit. And I know this because I met them multiple times, and they would have an ad that multiple times they were still complete jerk.
Oh man.
Yeah. And one of them was kind of a hero on up, but I'm like, no, not anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember, like, I remember we were in, me, Chigger, and Will Anthony was by
Oh yeah, remember that?
with
That was great.
a bodyguard. I looked at shit. I was
yeah.
like, money just fly. Curing. It's like, no, and I'm yeah, and I gazed.
Oh man.
Yeah,
See, just a ring.
that was
I'm like,
amazing.
Mr. Anthony, and security guards were like, they were like, like, no, no, no. And Mike was like, no, 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 it's cool, it's cool. And till fell that childhood thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say, can I take it? It's a pleasure to meet you. You know, you've been with me all life. Can I take a photo with you? And he was like, absolutely.
Hmm.
And not only was he the sweetest guy,
That's good.
like that is rock and roll aristocrat. You know what I mean? That's and then meet somebody like George. I
Yeah.
don't have any problems saying it was a complete bag,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I mean multiple times,
Oh.
and into a complete douchebag.
Oh.
It's great.
Yeah.
To know that like as a teenager, I'm sitting on the edge of my bed like every other guy trying to be a guitar player, and go over what was plunge, try to enhance myself, and saying this guy must be a great guy, amazing guitar player, and teaching me through his music, and I haven't even saying it because he can come up anytime he wants to correct
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'll never ever play Lynch riff again.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It,
It sucks.
it's that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. It just
Totally
taint.
breaks
It
your heart.
just. Yeah. It just kind of taints like any willingness to like cling to. Well, he was a great
Yeah.
musician, but like, fuck, that guy.
Like to me, Clinton
Right.
like has every right in the world to shine off,
Mm-hmm.
and him to stop security saying, "No, it's cool," because he obviously is what the fans
Yep.
him.
Right.
Well,
You know?
he thought you were Slash.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
And meet Slash, and actually the day we did a lot. He was a really great then, and he was a really great guy when I'm the second 20 years later,
Right.
and have a small chat with him, and him actually remembering me because it was at the beginning of their run,
Right.
and to just talk and figure out that, hey man, we're both sober now, and was all that was breathtaking. He's a good guy. And Jim Michael from Sam, what an awesome individual. Everybody should trust him.
Yeah.
Give you giving, you know what I mean? And if he wants to meet you,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't cost him to be kind and say, oh, there's a fan,
Yeah.
Right.
for life, friend for life.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Yeah.
at that NAMM that Dave was talking about, I got rock starred by Eric Singer from Kiss.
Oh, Eric.
He was
Yeah.
he was in the Pearl section. I guess he was
Yeah.
there signing autographs, and I shook his hand. I go, hey Eric, I'm a huge Kiss fan. Just wanted to know if I could take a quick picture. He's like, yeah. He's like, hang on one second, and he walked away. Never came back. I'm like, you mother.
Yeah. Oh man. But Eric Carr would never do that because Eric Carr is incredible.
Yeah, exactly. I should have said that to him. Like Eric Carr would have taken a picture with me.
Yeah.
Peter Chris would have taken a.
Peter Chris. Oh man. No, when Ace died, that was a shocker. I never
Yeah,
would have thought that,
we
but man.
we opened for him on his last show here in New Jersey,
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
at Starland Ballroom, in Slayerville. We went on right before him. We were direct support, and it was great to see him on stage, still rocking. We're really good friends with his tour manager, Phil Dilly, Brody Phil, we call him, and he told us the last few moments. He was explaining to us the last few moments of Ace's life, which is really sad.
Oh man.
So
Yeah. It's good that you captured that. You're able to look back on that and say like, damn, we are lucky. It's like I felt the same way when I saw Soundgarden when they reunited.
Oh
Um
yeah,
and with when Chris was on Chris was on stage, and hauntingly he was doing a lot of screaming life and ultra mega okay stuff.
unbelievable. That's
Like he
unbelievable.
was going like he was doing Nothing to Say, Hunted Down. Like no one ever hears those songs anymore, but
Right.
like why was he doing? And then all of a sudden like that stuff happened, but in in positive news, I mean, Hiro Yamamoto, the original bassist, is putting Truly back together. You know, the
Yeah.
his band Truly, they're coming back. They're coming back with the new album. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's good. Hiro, he still looks very young. It's scary. It's like,
Us Asian guys, we
yeah,
look
yeah,
young.
it's in the genes.
I'm actually 90. I'm 90. I look like I'm in my 40s.
All right, yeah.
I'm just
It,
kidding,
it
dude.
happens. It happens though. He's yeah, Hero's a great guy. He's an underutilized member, but he has that bassist Asian bassist
Yep.
spontaneity.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, you should sing. You should sing more on future Huawei. You should sing just like
No,
Hero gets to sing on some of the Soundgarden like B-sides.
my wife could tell
Trust
you
me,
that's not
trust me.
you don't want that. You don't want that.
No,
Come on,
no,
punk rock, man,
no,
punk rock,
no, you want
punk
that.
rock.
Let me
Come
just say,
on.
I, he does really well as a get on Yoko Ono.
Damn. All right. Guy can dream. A guy can dream. But considering your career thus far, what have you guys learned about yourselves, not only as musicians, but as people?
We're brothers, or all of us. We were been connected from the beginning. I mean, like, I tell this to David Steve all the time. Like, I'm very fortunate to have found two guys that are like me, like-minded like me. Like, I've been playing with music for such a long time that all the guys that I've played with are no longer doing it. They're all family
Yeah,
oriented. They don't want to play music anymore. They gave up. But I found two guys that want to do. They still want it. They still have the passion for it, just like I do. And then you throw in Nick Haid, our singer, who's young and wet behind the ears, and we can mold and teach. And he's like our little brother. We'll always protect him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a family.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll use line from movie Young Guns.
Yeah.
I say to Chigger, even when we have personal conversations, because sometimes we raise ourselves, how far we've come and where we are now as to when we started this, and it's like, bro, we will finish the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That line over the last 10 years, the four of us, like we're a family. We go with a lot of ups and downs, and no matter what, we stick together. To happy, a lot of bad times, and there's times and times when we're at others' throats. But it's like being married to four people, and a big shout out to our crew. I mean, our crew is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like our manager, Gary Jones,
Yeah.
our year, Sean Clean,
Mm-hmm.
our entire 18 crew, crew,
Mm-hmm.
Tim, Terry, and like Cooper, and, Steve the Gams that have like team so effing amazing.
Right.
And you couldn't get any of it. I mean, we did Adam, but we did a bunch of feet told them they don't be allowed to do it. The guys prop us, man. They help us. We can do our job and do the job. And again, like it's like a collective.
Yeah. Yeah.
man, like that is like we'd be at church without. And
Mm-hmm.
but I've learned that you know that the whole unit of the family is all the adverse we've been through, that cohesiveness and patience and tolerance is definitely an answer. You know, and making it happen because that 40 minutes on stage, it all shows there because we're all smiles and we're having the time of our fucking life.
Yeah.
The weird
Yeah.
thing is they keep asking me to do their laundry, which is freaking weird, man.
First Chinese food and then laundry. I
The
mean,
laundry,
how
yeah, it's
much
crazy.
subservience can you take? Come
Yeah.
on, man. You gotta
You
rebel,
don't
man.
get sick.
You
Nobody
gotta
gets
rise
hot
up.
right like
Rise above.
that.
Come on, man. And then well, lastly, anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Well,
uh,
we consider them funny,
yeah.
but yeah, thank you,
Keep
thank.
coming to the family reunions, and I'll see them get bigger and bigger and bigger, like they already are. So
And you can use that button, and we'll take a photo, we'll sign something, we'll give you a hug, we'll talk to you. If you're going through a problem and you just ain't here, we're there.
That's really
We're
good.
we're we're not George Lynch.
Yeah.
oh
We're not
man.
George Lynch. We're not George Lynch. Oh man, that's something. Um, thanks you
Wow.
guys. But like that, it's been amazing talking.
Boy,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, that's good. It's amazing talking to you guys. You like brought me like so much perspective of your guys' dynamic, and what a great way to start off 2026 talking to both of you. I mean, it's been amazing what you guys have been able to cultivate and what I continue to in the same way. It's really good to have you guys in my corner.
No,
You
thank you
got
for
it, man.
yeah, thank you. I mean, it is great to talk to us. You're right. Um,
The old ego coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's great to talk to me too.
yeah, it is.
But
It is great to talk to you, Jake.
thank you guys.
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Jake. Thank you for the time, man. Hopefully, we could see you at a show. Where are you located?
I'm in Tampa.
Oh
You
Nice.
guys
man, we
ever
want to.
play you guys
Yes,
ever play Tampa?
we've played in.
Is it,
We played near Orlando. Um,
yeah, no, is it a brass?
Oh,
Why
Brass
brass?
Mug? You ever play Brass Mug? Yeah,
we want to.
we yeah play Brass Mug because Dead Boys are playing in March. Like they play everyone from grunge to punk to metal to hardcore. Anybody,
Okay,
anybody plays
Yeah.
Brass Mug, and it's cool for me. It's accessible, so I can wheel on down
no,
all
that's
the
great.
time. Yeah.
We plan to hit Tampa soon, so we will let you know when we're there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That'd be awesome. Thank
We'll,
And
you.
and
Yeah.
you better be there so we can take a picture with you.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, that'd be
yeah, that,
awesome. Thank you
that
guys
was
so much.
badass.
Rock
Thanks,
on.
Jake.
Yeah, this is awesome.
My man.